Mga miners kami. Okay, that makes sense now.
Almost like it rains.
Yeah.
It's actually not from rain, it's actually from a stream bed.
Oh, really?
So you're standing in an ancient stream bed. Yeah, we do have an ancient stream bed as well.
I just have a wild guess. So how many caves? How many?
There's about 1,600.
Are you kidding? Wow.
That's estimated to be about 3,000 in total.
Are we there yet? Ito na, malapit na. We're here, finally.
Oh, we're not?
Yes, we are here.
This place doesn't exist.
Yes, ito na siya. Siya na siya. Take the next left and turn right. Yay, we're here. Yep. We're here. You can book it online or just come here and buy your ticket. Because you watch this video, that makes you my new friend and I get to share to you my promo code. Keep watching and I will share to you my promo code after the video. So I would suggest not so thick jacket. Of course, your gloves and boots that you can rent there or bring your own, and helmet, and you're good to go. You have to clean your shoes. Cleaning time, cleaning of shoes. Then jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump daw sa gloves. Sa ano, no. No, don't do jump, jump, guys. It's just a song. Diyan kayo mag-ano. Ayan, mag-wait naman.
There we go. It's made sure to check what color helmets we have. Yeah. That's important.
11:30 and the same last name as the 4 people living in
Helmet 4. So you want to tighten up, it's not going to fall. I like to stop and talk to our kids.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of lazy. I have to do this hill a few times a day, so you get to listen to me talk a lot.
Guys, that's the self tour. Guide your own. They will have a map. So you can do a self tour. Scared? No. Scared?
I should be scared.
That's my cameraman.
Yeah.
Come to here. Check. My gloves. Check. Okay. Say hello. Thank you. Saya.
How many more minutes of walking, madam?
Natural caves.
How many?
It is about 1,600.
Are you kidding? Wow.
That's estimated to be about 3,000 in total.
Ah.
So we've got so many caves because of that rock.
Oh, so that's the blade.
That type of rock, not that specific. That type of rock. Well,
Yeah.
it could be this specific rock too.
Maybe it's just, you know.
One big rock.
Yeah.
There's quite a few little holes in there that we haven't explored yet.
Oh.
This rock, this is limestone.
Oh.
So it's very water soluble rock. It's made up of a bunch of ancient dead sea creatures. It's all bones, shells, and corals compressed to the bottom of an ancient seabed over millions of years. So that means there's a lot of calcium in this rock. And that as the water flows through, it can actually very easily erode some of that rock and eat away and dissolve some of that calcium. It's going to take that calcium and actually deposit it elsewhere within the caves. And that's what makes up all the fancy formations we're going to see in there today. Calcite.
Yeah.
It's all very fragile and we're not going to touch it.
Yes.
It's all made up of microscopic crystals. So every time you touch it, you are going to be breaking it microscopically, or you might just actually break it. So I'm going to be pointing out through the whole cave where there's calcite, where we're not touching. And if you see anything that looks like peanut butter, don't touch it.
Ah, peanut butter, okay.
If you see anything that looks like a big shiny white crystal,
Don't touch it.
definitely don't touch it.
Okay.
And if you see anything that looks like any other sort of food, also don't
Touch it, okay. Basically, no touching.
There's going to be a lot of stuff that we can't touch in there for the first one.
Just admiring,
Yeah.
but no touching. Okay.
So, but if you guys are all good with that, we can start making our way up here again.
Okay. Huh? Well,
I like taking my time.
I'll help her. Don't worry. Wag mo muna simulan yan. Or, yeah. Dito tayong dalawa. Akong pag-guide kita. Sige lang. Ano kita? Hindi kita iwan sa likod. So, ayan. Aakit tayo dyan. I thought he was joking about going up this hill. But no. It wasn't. It wasn't a joke. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was just a joke. But no. It was a long
Sige,
walk.
andar.
Kasi si ate mo,
About like 15 minutes.
apat na cave pala to. That was great. I love it.
Excellent, because it's the west coast and it rains every day, we can't actually see the mountain. It's 60 meters above sea level. When you were looking at that mountain, you'd actually be able to tell the top peak is rounded off. That's because it was underneath the ice age. So over the last 140,000 years, there have been 3 ice ages on Vancouver Island, and each time the ice is about 1 kilometer thick.
Oh,
So it would have been just a little bit up above the peak of that mountain if you could see it. And that is why the mountain is actually rounded over. So the mountains in the island with more jagged peaks are actually the ones that are up above the ice.
oh. Palagi pa tayong nakaraan, so mainit. Kaya tagal muna kami ng damit o ng zipper para hindi masyadong mainit. Ayan, ang aking friendship sa likod. Hingal na siya. Parehas ko, matanda na. Hindi lang napapahalata. Kasi syempre, kailangan magmaganda akong tignan sa aking vlog. Hindi ako mukha akong hirap na hirap. Pero hirap na rin ako. That's
Maple Grove is more because there was a giant windstorm there in the winter, and the trees there are just huge too. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's...
I heard something about rocks here as well. You can see all these rocks that look like they've been shaped by moving water. That's because
Oh.
they've been shaped by moving water.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense now.
Almost like it rains.
Yeah.
It's actually not from rain, it's actually from a stream bed.
Oh, really?
So you're standing in an ancient stream bed. But you can,
Okay.
you can kind of see like the whole V shape that goes all the way down the side of the mountain here.
Yeah.
So since water can't just disappear, and obviously this is not a stream bed anymore.
Yes.
The water has to go somewhere, and we are going to be seeing where it goes a little bit later on.
I see.
So it actually just bends right into the cave, so hence the name River Bend.
Oh.
Yeah.
River band. Okay.
One more thing to show you here.
If you can fit, maybe you can go.
Yeah, you can fit.
No. Holy cow. No, I can't. No.
Hey, came out in the woods one day and carved himself in stone. So, while you guys are all walking past this rock here, you'd be able to see all those lines that are in the side. Those are bedding planes. So what those are is just different layers of sedimentation that's occurred in over thousands of years in the bottom of the ocean. So you can also see all these cracks. It's because rocks don't bend very well. I'm sure you all knew that. So the island was uplifted out of the ocean. It did exactly what you would expect them to, and the rocks cracked. Great for forming flows, because as the water actually flows through the topsoil layer, it's going to form a bit of a carbonic acid. So you guys all know what a carbonic acid is?
No.
Heard it? Heard it?
No, I don't have an idea.
What's your carbon in it? It does. What's your favorite kind of pot?
Oh my god.
Coke.
Carbonic acid.
Oh.
So you know the fizz?
Yep.
That's carbonic acid.
Oh, really?
So you know what Coca-Cola does to your teeth when you drink a lot of it?
Yeah.
Makes mouth caves. So it's basically going to be doing the same thing to the rock here. And as
Oh.
it flows through those cracks in the rock, that's what's going to start to eat away and erode some of that rock. And it'll actually start to form these little phreatic tubes. So they'll start about the size of a dime at some point. And that's what all the caves have started from. So we are going to be able to see some of that phreatic tube left over in the cave today as well.
That's cool.
So fucking anything you see that looks like a burnt Cheerio or a spring or some sort of tube shape, it'll most likely be a fossil, and it will probably be a fossil of one of those creatures. So they would sit root down to the bottom of the ocean, and they would actually just sit there and filter feed. But if they did need to go somewhere, they'd actually uproot and start swimming around. So those are called a living fossil because they've been around for 300 to 400 million years.
Wow.
To be fossilized in this rock. Survived 2 extinction periods. They've been around longer than the dinosaurs, but they can actually still be found. So even just off Horne Island, they've found some. I think I found a couple in Tofino the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They've been around for a while. They're kind of like the cockroaches of the sea.
Oh.
They're just too stupid to die.
Wow.
The long's about 45 meters long now.
Really?
Yeah, it had remnants of a great white shark in it.
Oh.
Prehistoric ones.
Oh.
So this is our most depressing stop. It's because the sinkholes are slowly depressing.
Oh.
So these 2 sinkholes are another great feature of this karst landscape. Great indicator that there are caves nearby because we're actually right on top of our cave.
Oh.
So these
Oh,
2
wow.
sinkholes do actually correspond with bigger chambers within the caves that you would get to on an extreme tour. So this one here, this is Achilles' pot. This is a big 9-story chamber. It's all floor to ceiling. It's a nice pure white calcite. And that one back there, that's a rain barrel. So that's 7-story waterfall that you get to rappel down. So you get to both of those on a 5-hour. We're not going that far in today.
Yeah.
We're not that extreme.
Yes. Next year.
Yeah, exactly. So somewhere underneath these sinkholes, there's a little crack in the rock that just a little bit of dirt and a little bit of silt is getting washed through each year. So these aren't the kind of sinkholes you see in Florida. These ones are more like 10,000 year hourglass.
Oh, wow.
So maybe one day these will be cave entrances, but for now they're just thinking about it. Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of those. So you can take a look at the forest around this. It's about 100 years of growth.
Oh, really?
So this is a natural second growth forest. It was logged in the 1920s. So inside the caves, in that 100 years, the fastest growing formation grew about 1 inch. Yeah. So those ones are called soda straws because they look like straws. So those ones you can actually destroy just by tapping with your pinky or sneezing on them. So at this point, those ones are pretty much out of hand's reach, just because they are so easy to break.
Oh.
But all of the other calcite, the bigger calcite, we're still not going to be touching any of that because it's all made up of a microscopic crystal lattice network. So every time you touch it, you're breaking those crystals, you're crushing that structure. And it's those crystals that help pick up more water, or more calcium from the water, so that the calcite can grow more. And when you touch it, you're going to be depositing all the dirt and oils from your hands into it as well. So that's what's going to give it that sort of mud brown color. And it's actually going to start to repel the water. And because it doesn't have that crystal structure, it's not going to be growing as well. So it takes a really long time to recover, and this stuff grows really slowly anyway.
Hey, catch
A
up.
lot of the stuff was damaged and taken away in the early century.
Namin, mga miners kami. Minecraft.
Nope.
Yep.
You don't know anything about the game.
Yeah. Alam ko lang nagbe-build. Parang Lego lang yun eh. Ay, hindi pa.
Right behind you, we do have that ancient stream bed as well.
Oh, where it started going.
Yeah, you can kind of tell where it started going into the cave.
Ah,
Exactly.
patay tayo yan na. Eto na. This is it. So that's our first part of our multi-cave tour.
Thanks, Mary, for accepting our invite. And as I promised, guys, here's your promo code that you can use for online booking, and you can use it at store as well. Up next is the second part of the Riverband Cave Tour.
This is awesome.
Hey, can you go in there?
We're going in there later.
Oh no!